Hello, everyone, and welcome to Checkpoint. Yeah, I'm really excited to be with you today. I know you have been following all this while, and for this reason, I want to say and thank you again for all that you do for us here at Checkpoint. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your shares, thank you for your comments, and thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Because of all that you do, our message is reaching a wider audience. And for this, I want to say and thank you again. Now, today on Checkpoint, we have a very engaging and interesting topic for you. And I know you can't wait to have it. So, what do? Let's do what we always do, and that is let's share the video, share the link, share it on all the platforms where you belong. Share it to all your friends, your relations, your associates, and your neighbors. Let them know that it is time for Checkpoint. And I will be right back after the break to tell you and share with you what we have for you today. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to Checkpoint. I'm really excited that you joined us today, and I'm sure that you're going to have a lot of value for your time. Now, today on Checkpoint, I have a very interesting topic for you, and that topic is traits of high value persons. Traits of high value persons. Now, I'll be sharing with you today on who a high value person is. Now, and why you have to be a high value person. Let me tell you this. People are in need for people who have high value. That person who has high value is the person who will make more friends, is the person who will have better relationships in their lives. It is that person who will be a higher achiever in life. Now, I know you may be asking, what is it about being a high value person? When you're a high value person, you're a high flyer in life. When you're a high value person, you are a person who is very resourceful. When you're a high value person, you're a person who is a pace setter and a trailblazer in whatsoever you find yourself to do. So today, I'd like to share with you the traits, the basic traits of high value persons. Now, when we talk about the word value, you must know that value is simply the degree of usefulness of a person. Let me say that again, that value is the degree of usefulness of a person to another person, to a society, to a community, or to even the entire world at large. So when you see people in life, you see that some people are useful to just themselves, others are useful to people around them, others are useful to just their family members, others are useful to the society at large, but then others are useful to the world. Now you have to ask yourself, what is that thing in me that has the capacity to be a great blessing to others in my sphere and in my life? Today, I'll be sharing with you the basic traits of high value persons. A high value person is somebody who knows the value they possess. They also know the value that they can deliver to others, and they know the value, they know who they are also delivering that value to. Please don't forget this, that a high value person knows the value they possess. They know the kind of quality that they have. They also know the kind of value that they deliver. All right, so when you touch a high value person, you meet a high value person, they can tell you at the snap of their finger the degree of their usefulness, the things that the areas which they can be useful to you as a person or to their world at large. You know, they know the value they possess, they know the value they deliver, they also know to whom they deliver the value. I want to tell you that who sees you determines who rewards you. Who sees you determines who patronizes you. If people of value, other people of value see value in you, automatically they will bring in value into your own life. It is very important for you to know that prosperity is a reward for value given, value added. Before you can talk about enjoying prosperity, you must have been a person of value. You must have been that one who is bringing some value to the table. So as this video progresses, I'd like you to ask yourself one very valid question. What value are you bringing? What is the degree of your usefulness to your parents? What is the degree of your usefulness to your siblings? What is the degree of usefulness to your family at large? What is the degree of your usefulness to your society? What is the degree of your usefulness to your country at large? Because it is important that you know what you carry and who you are delivering it to. There are people who have value for only sick people. Others have value for people who are confused. Others have value for royalty, and who sees you determines who rewards you. If people of high caliber find you valuable, of course, it is people of high caliber that will reward you with the kind of stuff that they have. So I'd like you to sit back today and begin to ask yourself, in what way? In our economy is going crazy, it's going bad, but we're not like every other person, because when people say there is a casting down, we say there is a lifting up. So it doesn't matter how bad the economy is going. One thing is sure, it doesn't matter how the economy is going, but you have to intentionally and deliberately ask yourself, what value are you rendering? So the economy can be going as bad as it wants to be, but if you are a person who is rendering value to people, rendering value to people of high class, rendering value to royalties, I assure you, the economy would not affect you. No matter how bad it gets, you will be a top flyer, you will be a trailblazer, you will be a pace setter, you will be on top and become the topic of the season, simply because you are that one who knows how to give value and to whom you must give value to. This is very significant. The person who sews clothes for all the poor people can never be at par with the same person who sews clothes for royalty. You have to understand that there's a difference between these two caliber of people. So you want to be a high flyer, you need to know what are your values, what do you believe, what do you stand for? Because if you don't know what you stand for, you fall for many things. If you don't know what you stand for in life, I assure you, you will fall for many things. You want to be a person of high value, then make sure that you know what you stand for and stand by it, irrespective of whose ox is God, irrespective of who is not comfortable with it. Maintain and sustain your high standards. Don't settle for less. Don't go beneath who you are. Set your boundaries. Let people around you know that these are the boundaries that you cannot cross. These are the things that you want from your life, because high value persons know what they want from life and they are willing to work it out. There are a set of people who are just dreamers. They dream about who they want to be, but they are not willing to become that person that they need to be. There is something we call mental masturbation. Mental masturbation is an act where you are busy just thinking, using up your mind's resource. You're just thinking and thinking and thinking. You are actually thinking thoughts that you are not willing to work out. So you are thinking about how you're going to go to America, how you're going to achieve great things, how you're going to start your company, but you're not even willing to take one little step in that direction. So you exhaust your mind, you excite your mind. After exciting your mind, you are still not physically willing to work it out. There are people that they would rather spend a lot of time thinking about their problems than actually working their problems out. They will spend a lot of time thinking about their vision than actually doing something about their vision. This is not something you identify with high value persons. High value persons are people who are not just thinkers, they are not just dreamers, but they are willing to do the work that is necessary in order to become who they are meant to be. They don't waste their time thinking useless thoughts. They don't waste their time just exciting themselves. Why? While their vision, while their dream might be very exciting, they work it out. They intentionally put in steps, put in the effort, put in the work to make sure that their work eventually becomes what they have always dreamt about. People who are people of high value, they have a clear purpose. They know what it is they want out of life, and they are willing to set short, systematic goals in order to achieve that dream that they have. If you see somebody who is a high value person, they are always willing to learn. learning to be better on every front, emotionally, mentally, and physically. They are willing to put in that effort to improve on themselves. I've said a few things about the high value person, but I like to show you the 10 basic traits of high value persons. I'll be taking these traits one after the other, and I am so sure that by the time I'm done with this explanation about the high value person, you will want to be a high value person. You will see clear ways through which you can become a high value person, and you will pursue it with everything that you have got. Are you ready to take this journey with me? All right, so let's do this together. Number one is integrity. Let me tell you, high value persons are persons of integrity. Integrity is their watchword. Integrity is their lifestyle. What is integrity? Integrity is who you are when no one is looking. Integrity is who you are when behind closed doors. Integrity is who you are when nobody is giving you any form of applause. Integrity is who you are behind closed doors. So who are you really? Who are you really? Are you the one who pretends to be something else in front of every other person, but then when you are alone, you unleash the beast inside of you? Who are you? Who are you? There are people who cannot stand for what they believe in. Integrity means standing for what you believe in, standing by it no matter how difficult it gets. Integrity. Are you a person of integrity? Are you willing to exhibit integrity in everything that you do? You want to be a high value person, right? Then be a person of integrity. Without integrity, the foundations of your life will collapse. Without integrity, you will not become who you really want to be. Integrity will make you stand by your boundaries no matter who is trying to influence you. You are not trying to be like everyone else. You're not trying to be like people who are the popular ones, the ones with the steez. No, you want to stand by what you believe. You know your values, you know your boundaries. Integrity will tell you to stand by it. Are you a person of integrity? Sit back and relax. Reflect for 1 minute. In what ways have you displayed integrity in recent times? And in what ways have you told yourself, have you showed through your character, through your utterances, through your actions, and even through your thoughts, that you are truly not a person of integrity? Sit back and think about it. And I know that by the time you think about it, you will figure out ways through which you can maintain, sustain your integrity in order to become a high value person. Is that okay? All right, so let's talk about number two. Number two trait of high value persons is that they have a growth mindset. They have a growth mindset. What is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is a mindset that allows you to grow. A growth mindset is a mindset that tells you that, well, you have advanced, but you have not gotten to the end of growth, that there is still room for growth. A growth mindset is a mindset that makes you a daily learner, because great leaders grow daily. Let me say that again. Great leaders grow daily. If you are that kind of leader, you want to have a growth mindset, you have to be willing to learn. You have to be open-minded. You have to be willing to learn, or even new ways of doing old things. All right, you have to be willing to learn different perspectives, different styles. Anyone who you see that has a growth mindset, believe you me, it won't take time. That person will eventually become a high value personality. So who are you? Are you somebody who is closed-minded? There are people who have growth mindset, and there are others who have a closed mindset. Now, a closed mindset will not allow you to even grow. A closed mindset will not allow you to develop. A closed mindset will make you feel, oh, I already know that. I already know everything. You will not be willing to take one additional step in order to learn something that you already don't know. So it is very, very, very imperative that you have a growth mindset. A growth mindset will make you a better person. A growth mindset will make you a lifelong learner. Okay? You don't stop learning, because you know that knowledge is new every morning. So, do you want to be a high value person? Have a growth mindset. People who have closed mindset, they don't go far in life. They don't get promoted. They don't get advanced. People don't want to work with them simply because their mindset is closed. But you you want to be a high value person, you have to ensure with everything that you have got that you have a growth mindset. Now, please let me know in the comment section. I always like my programs to be very, very interactive. So let me know in the comment section the ways through which you know that you have a growth mindset. So tell me, what are the things, the characteristics, the things that you have seen in your life that makes you feel like you have a growth mindset? And in case you do not have the growth mindset, what are also the things that you see in your life that makes you feel that you don't have the growth mindset? Someone like me, one virtue I've been able to develop over the years is that I am willing to learn from anybody. I don't care if you are much younger than me. I don't even care if you're a baby. As long as you have something I am willing to learn, I am always willing. I'll bring myself down and learn, because you know what? When you have learned that thing, when I have learned that thing, who I learned it from is usually not written on my forehead. So at the end of the day, I have accumulated knowledge, I have additional information, additional skill, because I calm down and learn from somebody who already knows. Never ever come to the point where you are too arrogant, where you feel too very sophisticated or superior, that you cannot bend down to learn something new. Because listen to me, knowledge is true power. When you are knowledgeable, you are powerful. The Bible even says that the labor of the foolish one wearieth everyone, because he does not know how to go to the city. When you don't know how to go to the city, your labor becomes a source of weariness to everybody around you. People will not want to stand around you. People will not want to hang around you. People will not even want to walk with you, because they look at you as somebody who cannot learn something new. It is commonly said that you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. But listen to me, if you want to be a successful dog, you have to learn new tricks in order to be successful. So please open your mind, all right? Open your mind, keep learning, keep learning. It will make you a high value personality. Let's talk about number 3. Number 3 trait of a high value person is that they are committed. When you see somebody who is a high value personality, they are committed to what they have believed in. They say they are into the farming business, they are committed to it, they are consistent in it. Listen to me, the reason why you are still a slacker, the reason why you have not gotten to the level that you want to get to, is because you have been slacking. And listen to me, slackers will be lackers. Slackers will be lackers. If you are slacking, it won't be long. You'll be lacking many things that you truly desire in life. Commitment is essential. You say you started this clothing business, please dedicate your energy, your time, your resources, everything inside of you to that clothing business. You say you are into media, please put in effort, learn new ways, keep researching, keep working at it, show up even when you don't feel like showing up. This is how you remain committed. This is how you eventually become a high value personality. I assure you, there are many times I do not feel like showing up, but I show up because that is the right thing to do. I show up even when I am tired. I show up even when I'm stressed. I show up even when I'm angry. I show up because that is what I have to do in order to become a high value personality. Listen to me, here on Checkpoint, we've done over 150 videos, and I didn't do these things by not being committed to what I started. You know, when we started way back during the COVID in 2020, you know, I was committed to it. Every week, one new video. Every week, one new video. Even in the weeks I could not show up, I tried to make something out of it. This is how you get committed, you know, and people would like to shy away from commitment. They do something today, tomorrow, they are relaxing. Tomorrow, they say, oh, I want to relax and be taken care of. Listen to me. The world is not a playground. Let me say it again. The world is not a playground. You want to succeed here in this world, you have to be rugged. You have to understand that you are currently in a battleground. And in the battleground, you don't slack. You don't lose your commitment. You remain committed. You show up consistently. You see, commitment and consistency will take you far in life. Let me say this again for somebody who did not hear, or for those who are at the back so they can hear me louder and clearer. Commitment and consistency will take you far in life. You will not be stunted. You will not miss your way. You will not be at the backside of life because you are committed and consistent. See, show up. Show up when no matter what is happening. Show up even if everything else fails. Show up even if you are tired. Show up even if you are stressed. Show up even if you are angry. Show up even if you are discouraged. The people who excelled in life are people who kept showing up even when they didn't feel like showing up. See, it doesn't matter the difficult circumstances around you. It doesn't matter how complicated things are around you. Keep showing up. I like you to just type in the comment section, show up. But I like it to be interactive. Go ahead, I'm waiting for you. Yes, you. Stop watching me like that. Begin to type. Type in the comment section, I will show up. I will show up. I will show up. And when you type it, do show up. Show up to that next appointment. See, you might say, oh, these people are not paying clients. They pay little money. Show up. Show up. Because you never know. It may be that client that is not paying you that might refer you to a client that will truly pay and reward you based on your work. So show up. Show up. You don't even know which job will recommend you. And for some of you who are artisans, meaning that you use your hands to do work, don't say I collected small money from this person and then because of that you now do a shabby work, hoping that when somebody bigger pays you, you will now do a high quality work. Any work that has your seal, any work that has your name, any job, any product that has your name on it, please make sure that you are committed to excellence, that you are committed to doing it exceptionally. Don't do it shabbily because you never know. Even the Bible tells us we should cast our bread upon many waters. We don't know which of them will come back to us. So when you are casting the bread, cast quality bread, cast quality bread. Do it with excellence. You may never know which one God will use to raise you up. You see, in my life, I have discovered that even the things that I did without really thinking much of it, eventually they were the things that gained more attention and more attraction. That is why I have resolved in my life that whatever it is I do, I will do it with a high level of excellence to the best of my ability, understanding that excellence at one level will not be as much as excellence at a higher level. All right. So to the best of your ability, to the best of your capability, to the best of the resources available to you, please make sure that you are committed, you are consistent, and you're doing whatever work it is that you're doing with excellence. Is that okay? So number 4 trait of high value persons is that they are visionary. Oh my, they are visionary. They know what it is they want. They can see the future today. They can see the tomorrow they desire, and they are willing to do everything in them, everything it takes to ensure that they arrive at that future. See, a person of vision is somebody who is able to see what God has destined for him or her to do here on earth. Let me tell you what vision is. Vision is the picture of your tomorrow. Vision is a divine blueprint downloaded into your spirit by God for you to execute here on earth. See, when you are a person of vision, you are a person who can see. Vision is insight. Vision is foresight. Vision is hindsight. Your ability to see what others are not seeing is what makes you a visionary. See, everyone who is a high value person is able to see the value that they create. Listen to me. Even if it is clothes that you are sewing, see it as a vision where you are able to clothe people in ways that they desire. You clothe them in royalty. You clothe them for dignity. You clothe them for beauty. You are providing a need. You are solving a problem in their lives. That's what we're talking about. So be visionary about whatever it is that you are doing. Be visionary. See the tomorrow today. All right? Those who are able to see their tomorrow today are able to walk into it, because you cannot feature in a future that you cannot picture. Let me say that again. You cannot feature in a future that you cannot picture. You want to feature in that future, you have to picture it. You have to see it with your mind's eye. And that is the vision I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your 2 physical eyes being able to see. It was Helen Keller who said a very powerful quote. She said that it is even worse It's even worse to have eyes but have no vision. There are people who have eyes, seeing eyes quite all right, but they do not have vision. This lady was a lady who became very sick at 19 months of age. She was just 19 months when she became very sick, and because of that, she became blind and she also became deaf at the same time. The same person, and yet she was able to do remarkable things in life, became an activist. And it was journalists that asked her this question: do you feel limited? Do you feel disadvantaged that you are blind? She said no, 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 that she may be physically blind, but she's a woman of vision. And because of that, she lived many years. Because of that, her name was written in the annals of people who became very famous and useful and valuable, simply because even though she did not have physical eyes, she was a woman of vision. Some of you are abusing the fact that you have eyes. You have eyes, but what do you do with those eyes? You watch Nollywood, you watch Netflix, you watch Telemundo, you watch ZZ World. That's all you ever do with your eyes. Watching skits on social media, following people that are not following you. Listen to me. There is a better use of those eyes. And those eyes are not just the physical eyes, they are the eyes of your vision. Sit back and ask yourself, what does my generation need now? What will my generation need tomorrow? Of what use and of what value will I be to my generation in time to come? In what ways can I fill the gap, bridge the gap? In what ways can I show and shine my light? In what ways can I become a solution provider to my generation? These are questions you need to be asking yourself, because whenever you see a high value personality, that person is a visionary. They're able to dream dreams. Think about anyone that comes to your mind who has done great things, who has been able to invent something powerful. Listen to me. They were able to see something before it happened. Think of people who invented even the clothes that we wear. They were able to see people dress fashionably in dresses that gave them dignity, gave them beauty, and they went ahead to make it happen. Think about the person who invented the cars that we drive. They were able to sit back and think about the comfort, the time we can save, how fast we can be able to reach where we need to reach if only we had vehicles that move at that speed. It was two brothers, the Wright brothers, that were able to develop the airplane, and they did this simply because they were visionary. You sitting here today, people are in need. Look around your community. Look around your family. Look around your environment. People need a solution to certain problems they are having currently. It was somebody who invented the air conditioner, knowing fully well that if people are inside the house at a certain level, they'll begin to sweat. So you just get something to condition the air to make it cool and calm, so that the person is not get to sweat. If I was not under an air conditioner right now, I'm sure that with all these plenty talks, I'll be oozing plenty sweat. But then the air conditioner is there to condition the air and make the environment comfortable for you to do whatever it is you're doing. So please understand that high value persons are very visionary. All right, let's talk about number 5. Number 5 trait of high value persons is that they are assertive. What is assertiveness? Assertiveness is you being able to say what you want, you're being able to make your points, you're being able to take your stand without having to offend everybody around you or insult people around you. You can make your point, you can stand for what you believe in without having to insult people. Assertiveness is a great skill that you must possess. In fact, when I teach emotional intelligence, I speak a lot about assertiveness. Because in assertiveness, you are able to make your point without making enemies. All right, many people in the process of trying to make a point make lots of enemies. See, you can make your point without making enemies. All right, so make your point and make your point on time. Tell people what you want, stand for what you believe, but you don't have to make enemies all around. You don't have to insult people all around. You know the exact words to use. You know how to go about it. You know the temperament you have to emulate. You know how you have to, the disposition you need to have in order to communicate with people. See, high value personalities are very good communicators. They know how to talk without blowing down the building. They know how to cut across their point without having to make people feel sad. You know one thing about people, we will never forget how you made them feel. All right, people will never forget how you made them feel. Sometimes when people come around you, what words do you use? What kind of vocabulary do you use on them? Do you use kind words? Would they remember you for that? Or would they feel, people feel cut down every time they come around you? You know, there are people that they don't even have any good comments about anybody. Anytime they bring somebody around, you cut this one down, you cut that one down, you cut this one down with your words. High value personalities will never find themselves doing that. They will use the right words and tell people not just words they like to hear, but things that will make them feel better, words that will build them up instead of tearing them down. Number 6, trait of high value personalities is that they are very inspirational. When I talk about inspirational, my eye lights up, my mind lights up, because I love people who truly inspire others. Let people see you and want to be like you. Is it a crime? Is it a crime if somebody decides to be like you? Listen to me. People should be able to look at you and want to do the things that you do. People should be able to look at you and you inspire them to become a better version of themselves. You know, let people look at you and they tell themselves, wow, what this person did, if I push myself a little bit more, if I try a bit harder, I can do what this person is doing. That is being inspirational. I can't count how many people who I have been able to inspire in my little sphere throughout the world at large. People see the things that I do, and some of them want to do it, and some of them find out that they too can do what they are doing. Others just tell themselves, well, if she's becoming a better version of herself, I too can become a better version of myself in my own field. So no matter what you do, ensure that you are inspirational. Make sure that as you get inspired by others, somebody somewhere is getting inspired by you too. You cannot afford to live a life where you are not inspiring anybody. Even the Bible tells us that we should let our light shine before men. Let our light shine before people. Others need to see your light shine. And you know what? When the light begins to shine, there is a natural tendency for people to feel inspired, for people to feel awakened. I like you to make sure that the life that you live is a life that awakens something in people. Don't just be that kind of person who is always depressed, talking about negative things, the things happening to you, the wrong things that people did to you, how your life is going down. That will never inspire anyone. See, when we inspire people, we don't inspire people because we don't have challenges. We don't inspire people because we don't have pain. We don't inspire people because we don't have betrayals and setbacks and things that may even make us cry. No, we rise above our pain. We rise above our challenges. We rise above our limitations, and we understand that we have a generation to inspire. We have people who are depending on our light to see their own light. People who are depending on our light to walk in their own light. And because of that, we rise up. Because of that, no matter how many times life tries to put us down, we rise up. We get inspired. We get energized, not by the things happening to us, but by the fact that many destinies are tied to our destinies. We understand that until we rise, some others cannot rise. We understand that there are many people who are depending on us to see the light of day. We understand that there are many people who will not become the best version of themselves until we become the better version of ourselves. This is how to truly become inspirational. When you talk in a way and in a manner that makes somebody have some kind of fire and spark within their heart. Something begins to bubble in their spirit. Not just excitement, but excitement that is backed with action. Excitement that is backed with willingness to make one step, to take one step to become a better version of themselves. That's what I mean when I talk about a high value person becoming inspirational. So look around your environment. Who are you inspiring? I am sure that over the years, I've been able to inspire you through my topics here on Checkpoint. But after you have listened to me, please go out there and inspire your generation. Go out there and inspire that little girl who wants to be like you. Go out there and inspire that little boy who wants to be like you. Go out there and tell them that if you could make it from your background, from your foundation, with little or no help, they too can make it. That's how to become a high-valued personality. You don't become high-valued by mouth. You don't become high-valued because of how much you have in your bank account. No, you become a high-valued person because of the kind of way through which you are able to inspire others. So let me share with you number 7. Number 7 trait of highly valued person is that they are very compassionate. They are very compassionate. See, all these your hard heart will not take you far in life. All these your hard heart will not make you a better person in life. How can you see somebody going through problem and your heart is not touched and you are not compassionate towards the person? See, even Jesus, the Bible said, and when you look at the crowd, they were like sheep without shepherd. They were hungry, they were exhausted, they were tired. The Bible says that Jesus had compassion on them. No wonder there was a lot of miracles, signs, and wonders in his ministry, because he was a person filled with compassion. See, there are virtues and values that will not flow from you until you become compassionate. There are great benefits and blessings that will not flow from your spirit, that will not flow from your life until you become a compassionate person. See, even there are some visions that are developed from the place of compassion, visions that will eventually pay you in life, vision that will eventually lift you up in life, but you have to be in that place of compassion, thinking about another person, esteeming others more highly than even yourself, considering others. Even in this our world, the emotional intelligence level is so low that somebody will see somebody else going through something difficult and will use their camera and cover it. They will prefer the views, they will prefer the likes, they will prefer the follows, much more than they will prefer helping another person. They will prefer to have more views and more likes on social media, much more than being compassionate and helping somebody. In this era and time, when people are so wicked that they will see an accident victim and would rather cover the accident victim with their camera than cover them with clothes and with compassion. In this era, you have to be more compassionate. You have to wake up and look at the person on your right, look at the person on your left, and draw up somebody. When you have reason, please drop up somebody. Don't rise alone. Don't rise. See, listen to me. It is an ugly experience to rise alone. When you have reason and everybody is below you, that is not life. It is not a beautiful life. Rise to the point that as you are rising, you are pulling others up. You are helping others rise to the same platform. You will never know if those people that you stretch forth your hands to lift up might be your saving grace tomorrow. Be compassionate. There is a little girl who has not gone to school because you have not looked at her in her direction to pay her school fees. There's a little boy who is struggling because he does not have direction, and the direction is in your mouth, but you're not willing to be compassionate and open your mouth and speak that word. There are families who are starving tonight simply because you could not share the food that you have. There are others who their houses are about to be flooded, even in the rainy season, simply because they don't have a proper roof over their head. You can be that angel. Don't be waiting for an angel from above to help them. You are the angel they are waiting for. You are the light they are waiting for. You are the solution to that problem. Wake up, arise, and be of a helping hand. I understand. Yes, I do understand. Because I have found myself in that predicament, Wanting to help the whole world is unrealistic. Wanting to be of help to everybody who is suffering is unrealistic. But I assure you that in your little corner, in your little direction, around your life, there is somebody. There is a man, there is a woman, there is a boy, there is a girl who is going through hard times, who is going through difficulties and needs your help. And this is help you can offer. And this is help you can render. This is help that you are capable of taking care of. Please be a solution to that person. Don't allow that boy to keep suffering. Don't allow that girl to keep suffering. Don't allow that man or that woman die in pain when you know that you can really be of help to them. So please go ahead and be compassionate. Be kind. You lose nothing by being kind. When you light another person's candle, your own candle does not get dim. When you light another person's candle, your own candle will not go off. Your own candle will not be snuffed off in daylight, in darkness, simply because you lighted another person's candle. So be compassionate. Think about anybody by your side, anybody around you who you can be a source of help to, and go ahead and help that person. It pays to be compassionate. In fact, the Bible makes us to understand that through being compassionate, Abraham was able to feed 3 strangers, and those strangers in turn released the blessing of the fruit of the womb in his life. And Sarah was able to carry her bundle of joy, and she laughed and named him Isaac, because she was happy, she was grateful. But remember, this started by what? When they went all out to give help, because they were compassionate. Be compassionate. You will not lose your name. You will not lose your skin color. You will not lose your height. Be compassionate. It costs nothing to be compassionate. All right, let me share with you number 8. So number eight trait of highly valuable persons is that they are persistent. In this world, there will be tribulations, like the Bible tells us. In this world, there will be challenges. Everyone that you know, everyone that you've seen who is a high flyer in life, they have their own fair share of challenges. They have their own fair share of problems. Some of these problems can be seen visibly. Some of them, you may not be able to see them. But one thing they do have in common is that they are persistent. Persistence is your ability to overcome adversity. Persistence is your ability to keep pushing even in the face of problems, even in the face of challenges, to keep doing what you are doing, even when it is not convenient, even when it is difficult, even when there are challenges. Persistence is a virtue, is a trait for every high valued personality that you know. Everyone who has ever succeeded, everyone who has ever become something relevant in this life, they remain persistent. If you hear the stories of some heroes and heroines that exist, you will be shocked, you'll be amazed. Through difficult times, through perilous times, through complications, they were still able to offer value to others. They are offering value not because they don't have their own fair share of problems. They know they have challenges, they know the problems exist, but they go out of their way not only to just become something of value for themselves, they also become something of value to others. Persistence is the rule of the game. You need to understand how to go through a rough patch in life without being destroyed. That's what persistence is. Persistence will help you to go through a rough patch in life without being destroyed by it, without giving up. There are people that any small thing, they're like, I can't take this anymore. Then they begin to look for ways to kill themselves. That is cowardice. That is being a coward. Everyone who you see who says, I can't take this anymore, and they decide to kill themselves, they did not remove the problem. The problem did not go away. So the moment you are trying to kill yourself because of an existing problem, it's you. You could not stand it. It is being a coward. You could not stand the problem. That's why you gave up. You could not stand to face the consequences of whatever it is you have done. And you felt that the easy way is to kill yourself. The funny part? After you are dead, everybody will eventually find out why you actually killed yourself. So the difference is that you are not here to carry the shame, but your name is carrying the shame. Your family members are carrying the shame. Everybody around is carrying the shame. Your loved ones are suffering, they are in pain because of you. So it is a very cowardly thing to do, to begin to kill yourself in the midst of problems. What do? You persist. Even if it's a scandal that is about to get bust out in the open, let me tell you one thing: scandals don't last forever. Okay? So everybody will hear about it, and then so what? They will talk about it, and then so what? Tomorrow, a story that is juicier, that is more spicy than yours, will come out and overtake your own. So stand strong, remain consistent, and be persistent. Be persistent. Refuse to give up. Refuse to throw in the towel. Be persistent. I know it's a struggle. Yes, we are all struggling, right? Let me tell you, there is no great person that you see anywhere who has never had a struggle to quit. Every great person you have seen anywhere in life once had a struggle. The struggle to quit. They were struggling with the decision. Should I quit? Is it worth it? Is this pain worth it? Should I continue? Does it really matter? It was a struggle, but then the difference between the high flyers in life, between the high valued persons in life and the mediocres in life, is that these high valued persons in life refuse to give up in the face of adversity. The Bible tells us that if you give up in the face of adversity, your strength is small. You're a weak person. So don't give up. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. I know no one understands you. I know your case is peculiar. I know you feel unloved. I know nobody cares for you, but don't give up. You won't be the first person to succeed from a situation like that. You won't be the first person who made it through difficulty. You won't be the first person who achieved greatness despite difficulty. This is why you have to strive. So that when you stand, you will be a source of inspiration for others coming behind you. So be persistent. All right, let's talk about number 9. Number 9 trait of high valued persons is that they are great with relationships. They are great with relationships. Let me tell you something about relationships. Relationships are advantageous connections that help you in life. Relationships are advantageous connections that make you a better person, that take you further in life. When you are a person who is great with relationships, you will be in high places. You will ascend heights that people will wonder, what is his background? What is her background? How were they able to get to that height? Simply because you are great with relationships. Can I tell you that you are about 3 to 4 persons away from anybody you want to meet in this life? You are just about 3 to 4 persons away from any human being you want to meet in this life. There is somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that you want to know. I'm telling you, there is somebody in between. And when you treat those relationships well, then and only then will you be able to achieve the things that you really dream to achieve. See, human beings are gates. Let me say this again. Human beings are gates. The access you get depends on who you know. Let me say this again. This is applicable. It's a principle that is everywhere, relevant in the whole world. People are gates. People are gates. Anytime you see somebody ascending in life, somebody opened the door for them, somebody gave them access. And that is why you cannot afford to joke with relationships, because relationships give you access. When people are gates, some of them close against you, some others open up for you. Now, the gates that open up for you determines the presence that you enter into. So please, do not take lightly the issue of relationship. Do not trivialize the issue of relationship. When you have good relationship, it will take you far in life. When you have good relationship, you become a high flyer in life. When you have good relationship, you will succeed at places where people will not succeed. When you have good relationship, you have people speaking for you, even in rooms and in boards where you don't have access to. Do you know that one mention of your name in a certain room, in a certain office, can make you achieve a lifetime of vision? One mention of your name in a place that matters, in a business deal, can be all that you need to become who you want to be. I like to tell you that relationships matter. And please be careful of who you trivialize, of who you look down upon. In fact, let me tell you this, never look down on anybody except you are looking at that person to lift the person up. Let me say this again. Never look down on anybody except when you are looking at that person in order to lift the person up. People will take you further in life. People will take you to places that even you did not dream to get to. People are the difference between where you are now and where you ought to be. People are the difference between who you are now and who you are about to become. Let me tell you, relationships matter. Relationships, like I said before, are advantageous connections. The difference between what you have now and what you want to have is in relationship. So please take care of relationship. And very importantly, the person that you might think does not know anybody, does not have anything, might be the key to your next level. It was a slave girl that brought about the connection that helped Naaman to be healed of his leprosy. Yes, he was a great man of valor, but he was a leper. That bought anytime you say anything and add but to it, it neutralizes the power of what you are trying to say. If you say Naaman was a great man, but he was a leper, that but has neutralized the power of his greatness automatically. In life, many of us are some wonderful things, but this is why we need people in our lives. And the person that you see that might be a gate man today, that might be a cook today, that might be a cleaner today, might be the secret to your next level. A lady was going for interview sometime, and she kept insulting everybody along the way. And she was telling them, do you know how important the job I came for interview was? Little did she know that the boss of the office, the CEO, had disguised himself as the gate man. So people were just coming and passing, and others were taking time to greet the gate man. But she said, what business do I have with the gate man? And when the gate man had tried to ask her just one simple question, she looked down on the gate man. She shunned the gate man and she stepped in because she was about to become the manager in that organization. Imagine when it was time for the interview, the gate man, who was the CEO, had snuck into the office and he had changed his dressing, and he was the one to interview her. And when she came in, she was shocked. She was embarrassed. He couldn't make, she was like, you know the one I saw at the gate? And this man had already made up his mind, because there was a gentleman who came to the gate and greeted him with honor, and greeted him with respect, and greeted him well like he was a human being. It was that young man who was eventually made the manager of that organization. Don't trivialize people. Don't look down on people. Don't take people for granted. Relationships are the key for the future you desire. Relationships are the access you need for the breakthrough that you are praying for. Relationships are everything. They are advantageous connections. Do everything you can to have regard for people that you are in a relationship with. I cannot overemphasize this point, but it is very, very important that you are one person who is able to relate well with people. Relate well with people. Say nice words to them. Say words that lift them up. Say things that make them encouraged. All right? Relate well with people. There are people that are users. Hey, let me take a minute to talk about users. Users will carry you like a pinch of salt when you are carrying them like a bag of rice. Users, they feel entitled. They feel it like it is their right for you to help them, but they are not willing to help you. When you need help, they will not be there. They will not show face. But when they need help, they'll be coming around you and trying to lick your legs so that you can help them. See, there are people who are complete users. They do not know how to manage relationships. They do not know that it is when for the hand to become clean, the right hand will have to wash the left hand, and the left hand will have to wash the right hand for the hand to become clean. If only one hand washes itself, it cannot be clean. If the other hand washes itself, it cannot be clean. For the hand to be very clean, the right hand will have to wash the left hand, and left hand will have to wash the right hand. That is how the hand becomes clean. When you are a user, you do not recognize this aspect. You feel that people should help you, but you do not find yourself in any condition wanting to help another person. You think that people are something for you to use to climb the next ladder. You are a social climber. You come to an organization, you relate to this person, you climb to the next level, you throw that person to the trash, you get another person, you relate to that next person, and then you climb higher. Social climbers, that's what we call them. So listen to me, you cannot be an entitled person. You cannot be a social climber. You cannot be a user. You cannot be an FFF. We call them FFFs because they are friends for food. When they see you walking, they will not come around. When they see you laboring, they will not come around. But when they see food, they will land with their spoon and their plate, sometimes even with their food flasks and their cooler, because they want to finish eating and go home with extra. Avoid FFFs in your life. Identify them and avoid them. They are not worth being your friend. People like that, they are so stingy. But when they come around you, they want you to open up your banquet, open up your bank account, open up your pocket and give them everything. See, listen to me. When you identify them, just shift those people away on one side and look for people who are valuable to you, who you too can also be valuable to. Those people who feel entitled are not for you. Those ones, they will eat and clean mouth and still go out there and be talking about how they starved when they were with you. These people are never ever grateful. I've had my own fair share of users. So when I tell you, believe me, I know them when I see them. And those people, I try to use my brain, because most times I use my heart, and my heart gets broken, my heart gets shattered. I get very discouraged, disappointed, and betrayed. But then I know when to use my head in a relationship. So there is need for a combination of both your heart and your head. If not, my mom would always say something, that if you are too sweet, people will lick you up like sweets. If you are too bitter, people will spit you out. So you need to know how to have a combination, a good combination, not to be too sweet and not to be too bitter. That combination that makes you a needed, valuable person, but then you're not too sweet that you are being licked up, or you're not too bitter that people spit you out. So finally, the last point I'd like to share with you today, the number 10 point on the traits for highly valuable people, is that they are truly honest. They are truthful. They are truthful. You see, in this world, there are many people who are not honest about who they are. They are not honest about themselves. They are not honest about what they do. In fact, when they tell you good morning, it is already afternoon. If they tell you hello, you need to go and look around and find out who they are actually talking to. If they tell you good afternoon, go and check the time, because something is actually going to be wrong. The time will never tally with the greeting they are greeting you. There are people who are liars. They are still in their house and they're telling you, I'm on my way, I've arrived, I'm coming. See, mark them, and avoid them. Highly valuable people are honest. When they say something, they keep to it. When they say anything, they abide by it. They stand by it. They are honest. They are truthful. It was Warren Buffett that said that one of the traits that he looks out for any employee is the ability to be honest. An honest person will go far in life. An honest person will be a high valued person. An honest person will understand that we are all human beings, and what happened to you could have happened to me. And because of that, you see them humble, you see them relate with others, you see them have compassion. Honesty is essential. I want to tell you today that in all that you do, make sure that honesty is your watchword. Honesty will tell you that there is a God in heaven who oversees the affairs of man, that you could not have come to this point without all by yourself. It was in this kind of reflection that I reflected, and I was honest with myself. And I told myself, girl, you are smart. Girl, you are brave. You are committed, and you are consistent. But listen to me. With all of that, I knew that I'd come as far as I have come in life simply because I was helped. It was honesty that drove me to that point. I was honest with myself. I knew there are people who are as smart as I am, who have not gotten to where I am. I know there are people who are equally intelligent, who are equally hardworking, but they have not been able to achieve the things I have achieved. I was honest with myself to understand that it was because the hand of God was upon me that has made me different, that has given me the kind of speed that I have in life. Be honest with yourself. When last did you pray? When last did you study the word of God? When last did you remember that God is your true source of help? When last did you remove your eye from all of those people you have been targeting for them to help you, to understand that your true source of help is God? God is all you need to become who you want to be in life. I want you to be honest with yourself. Be honest with your lifestyle. You said you are going to be a good person. Are you really a good person? You said you are going to love God the more. Are you really loving God the more? You said you are going to be committed to self-development. Are you really committed to self-development? Or do you love sleep more than you love life itself? Don't sleep like sleepers. It is time for you to wake up and become who God has made you to be. Now, these are the few things I decided to share with you today on Checkpoint. The topic remains the traits of high-value persons. And I hope you were able to get so much value from today's program. It is always my delight to hear from you. So please do well to give me feedback in the comment section. I'll be coming back to read every one of them because I know that you are thoroughly blessed. Let me know which of the points bless you the most. Let me know which of the traits you already have and the ones you're working on having. Until I come your way again, keep making a positive, indelible mark in the lives of people and on the sands of time. I love you so very much. Bye bye for now. Everyone, I hope you were blessed by that message. All right, so I want you to just go ahead and support us. If you are led, go ahead and just sow into the account right on the screen. And I know that as you do that, God will bless you big time. Because of the seeds you are sowing, we'll be able to reach a wider audience on different platforms. So please do well to sow that seed, and God will bless you. Love you.